Hi, Vicki here of chakraboosters.com. And as you may already know, recently I walked on fire at a Tony Robbins seminar. I was with a client who bravely stepped up and walked on fire as well. I was personally taking my client there because she knew she wanted to step into her third chakra. Now, when we go through transformation, it's important that we step up. It's so important that we take action. Nothing changes when we just keep it in our head as an intention. But what I want to point out to you today is you have a masculine and feminine side. And it's going to take that masculine courage for you to step up in your life. But you may need to step up to actually do a feminine action. And I'll explain that in a moment in a story as to what happened to me on the cruise right after the Firewalk. So I'll give you that story in a moment. But what I want you to understand is that we have, in our 6 bodily chakras, we have 3 masculine and 3 feminine. And the masculine chakras are oriented toward the external. They're oriented toward achievement, what people often call success, when we go for a goal and we get it. And the feminine chakras are more oriented toward fulfillment, the other half of the picture. And if we get achievement without fulfillment, without inner connection to ourselves, to others, without an understanding of our inner world and a feeling of fullness from within, it ends up being empty. And when we have that inner feeling, as I often did years ago as a yoga teacher, I'd have inner fulfillment and absolutely no outer success. Inability to pay the bills, inability to step up in a masculine way. I hope this is making sense, because what I want to point out to you is that you want to do both of these. You want to have, I know that you do, because I've seen with so many of my clients, they either go one direction or the other, and there's a feeling of, what is it all about? I don't have it yet. There's a need for that other side. So let me tell you my story. Maybe this will inspire you to step into your feminine or step into your masculine. So the feminine looks like the masculine looks like the Firewalk that we went on, okay? I wanted to get a video of that for you, by the way, and it was just too dark. I could not get a video of it. But Oprah brought her cruise, and in the YouTube video where my client Daniela talks about taking the walk, we actually have a link there to go to Oprah's walk, and you might want to check it out, because Oprah did it exactly how we did it, complete with the same anchor words and the same yes, yes, yes that everyone did at the beginning. So it was really quite an experience, and it's real important that we challenge ourselves, because as we step up and do things like the Firewalk, like if you want to do a marathon, or if you set a smaller goal, you have a diet that you want to take for a month, if you meet those goals and you thought it was going to be really, really hard or almost impossible, you meet those goals, you gain confidence, you gain zest in life, and you're able to continue to grow and to serve others and to enjoy your life. So, the other side of the story, I went on a cruise, and we were all dancing. The middle of the cruise, we were dancing in the middle of the boat, and there was a big party. And a stranger came up. A lot of us were dancing together, and a gentleman came and he started dancing with me. A gentleman that was quite a bit younger than me. And we were all dancing, and he and I started to have a lot of fun, and he led me, and I hadn't really learned to do any dancing where I was holding hands and allowing someone to lead me. So that was sort of a practice right there, and just allowing him to lead me, which was really fun, because I've made a vow to surrender into things more this year. But it got taken quite a bit further, because he asked me if I could do the baby move in Dirty Dancing. So for those of you that don't know the baby move in Dirty Dancing, it's a point in which Patrick Swayze has Jennifer Grey jump into his arms, and he holds her over his head. He puts her over his head and twirls her. So I did know the move, in that I knew what it was, and I didn't know how to do it, or hadn't been shown how to do it. And I said, I've never done it. And he said, well, you can. You want to? And I said, okay, having made an agreement that I would surrender into things in this transformational trip. So I said, okay. And he said, okay, I'm just going to tell you to run and jump. So he went across the deck of the ship, And I really couldn't believe it. It was amazing to take my third chakra, courage, and use it in this feminine way. Because I was going to step up. I was scared, but I was going to step up. And I was going to step up not to be independent, not to fight the dragon, but rather I was stepping up to allow this man, who I didn't even know, to hold me up and turn me. So this was very different than the Firewalk, which was all about me and being strong and independent. So basically, I did it. We were dancing. He said, jump. I ran. He said, jump. I did it. He held me over his head, and we turned, and some people on the deck clapped and whatever, because you don't see that every day. And it was a real victory for me. It was a victory that was bigger than the Firewalk in some ways, because I have a tendency in the past to be quite hyper vigilant, independent, you know, in my masculine chakras. Let me conquer it. And here I was using my courage and my third chakra to jump in more to the unknown, more to the surrender, more to the feminine. And as we move more into the goddess feminine in this planet, more and more of us are going to need to do this kind of surrender to find true fulfillment. Because when we just get outer achievements and successes, we get there and we say, what is it all for? We're here to be together. We're here to surrender to each other, to support each other. So I hope this supports you in your path. Ask yourself, you probably do need to do both of these things, but ask yourself, do I need to step up and do things independently? Have I been leaning on others a little too much? Have I been afraid to step out on my own? Or have I been stepping out on my own? Have I been achieving and conquering and climbing the mountain? But have I not been surrendering into the love and support of others? If that's the case, then please try the jump from Dirty Dancing or anything like that. Jump out of a plane, release into the unknown and into the support of others and into trust. I send you much love. This is Vicki Howie of chakraboosters.com, wishing you all the best on your path of transformation.